Go.
Hare Krishna, respected devotees. My name is Maheshwar Das, and I suspect you've all run into somebody at some point in time passing out what we refer to as Christian tracts. I have several of them here. You can see Jesus helps. I love the letter from a love letter from Jesus and so forth. You know, some of them are a little bit dramatic, myths about hell, and these are really good ideas. Although I haven't seen devotees doing this sort of thing very much. Maybe there's some people doing it, but I'm not aware of it. And what we do have, though, is we have mantra cards. I think every temple has a mantra card, which is good. It tells people about our temple. It tells people, in our case in LA, we have a temple, a boutique, a restaurant, and museum. It has a Hare Krishna mantra on it. It's very nice. It has further information about the restaurant timings and so forth on the back, the address. This is all very good. But there's really nothing here explaining who are the Hare Krishnas. So to solve that problem, the BBT printed brochures like this, which are also very nice. This is Krishna the Reservoir of Pleasure, one of the first ones I ever received. I think it's a great pamphlet. This is about 20 pages long, or 32, I think. This one here is 20 pages long about on chanting Hare Krishna. These are really nice too, but the problem is these can get a little expensive if you're passing these out a lot. They run anywhere between 25 to 50 cents, depending on what BBT you're buying them from and depending on what the price of paper is and so forth. So I decided to take a good idea, such as the general Christian tracts, and make our own Hare Krishna tract. And as you can see on this one, it says, sane people want peace on earth. But how can we expect goodwill towards all men if we firmly declare my way is the only way? And that's a verse from the Bible, Luke 2:14, it looks like. So this is a tract that I put together. You can find the details on my website. It covers a lot of the popular beliefs that are going on today, and it sort of challenges the people who believe it. And then it kind of goes all the way around to like, okay, whatever belief system you're following, maybe that's the one you're meant to be in at this particular time. But if you're not satisfied with it, maybe it's time to consider graduating and taking the next step in spiritual development, which would be like when to graduate. And so and it's fully illustrated with a lot of color. And this is the back part of it here. Don't try to show them the whole thing now because they can get it on the internet. And so I printed these up and they're available. And then you'll notice on the back here, there's nothing printed on this space. And that's because, such as with these, they usually have a blank, not these, but many of these will have a blank spot. None of these actually have it there. I know some of them do. Here we go. Here's one where this guy just took a little sticky label and he put it on the thing to tell us that this guy who lives in Downey, California. And he gave us this nice tract called The Only Way. So you can purchase these now at a very cheap and economical rate. And you can do the same thing. You can take this tract and you can take one of these stickers. These are the stickers that I get, that I have. And you can just stick it on there and boom. Now you've got, these stickers are very, very inexpensive. And now you've got a personalized tract that you can use to invite people to whatever part of the aspect of Krishna consciousness you want to share with them. Or if you want to be a little more sophisticated, you can get a nice, these are called the self-stamping ink thing. And you can go like this and you can print it and you can have your address and everything on there. But as you can see, I just put some ink in this last night. It doesn't, you could read it, but it doesn't look really, it gets the information across, but you're wasting a lot of space and it doesn't look so good. So what I have done is I've figured out a way to take these things. And if you look at this one here, zoom in on that, you can see it almost looks like it was printed on the original one. We have a blank one here, and here is the one that is printed. And you can see this, we go into the American Vedic Association, which is a synonym for ISKCON and Ojai. And it has all sorts of information, study the Bhagavad Gita and so forth. And now we're also introducing this idea to the local Hindu temple, which is inviting us to come speak there. And so we're printing some up that look like this. So you can see we customized it for the needs at the Hindu temple. So the question then becomes, well, how do you do this? And that's really what this video is all about. How do you actually get a blank flyer like this printed with what you want? And the first place you start is with a piece of software. I'm using CorelDRAW. In this case, I've already taken all the text. It happens to be upside down on my machine here because that's the way it has to be in order to print properly. Most laser printers will have the ability to print a number 10 envelope, which is the way this is formatted. You have to spend a little bit of time lining it all up and everything, and you might have to print one or two and mess a few up to get there. But once you have it lined up, then what you do is you go to your nice, I have an HP 200 color laser printer here. And what you do is, I'll show you how you do it. You take out the printing tray, which has normally got a stack of paper like this. And you take out the sheets of paper. And like I said, most half-decent laser printers, inkjet printers probably have the facility too, but I don't particularly like them because they always jam. But laser printers are nice. So you take it out and you move the tray like this to get it to, normally this is for printing envelopes. You take the flyer and then you open the flyer up, and in this case you open it up so you have one good lead page to pull the page through the printer, and you put it like this. Actually, that's the way you put it, the folded side like this, so when it pulls it can't jam up in the printer. And you just put it in there like that, and we'll put a couple in there. You just unfold these like this and you put it in like that. Again, you want to make sure that when it pulls, if you try to pull it like this, the paper can get caught up in the printer and unfold and make a mess. You can still, it gets jammed, you have to pull it out. But if you pull it like this, there's nothing to get jammed. So we do that, we put it here, and then we go in here. We just get it just like an envelope. We put it in position like that, and we put this back in. And then we go back to our computer, and we tell our computer, after we've got it all lined up, we tell our computer, please print this in that particular sheet on that part page. And we will go back to the printer, and you'll see the printer is taking the instruction, and it will come out here in a second from the printer, and it will be printed very nicely, and it will look like you had the whole thing printed in a print shop, but it will be customized to your particular temple needs. And sure enough, there it is. In this case, it says the Hindu Temple of Ventura County. You got your shadow, your hands in the shadow. Your hands in the creating a shadow. So you can see it like this. Actually, maybe what we should do is just come over here and make it easier to see. And then all you do is you take this and you fold it back up, and you can print. And the nice thing about this is you can stick in your printer here, you can stick, I usually print about 10 or 15 of these at a time on the printer. And once you set it up, only because every now and then one will get stuck or something. You don't want to get too many in there going at once. But usually 10 or 15, and then you just let it go. And then 10 or 15 minutes, you'll have 15, 20, 50 of these, whatever you need, you can print it. So that's the new thing that I'm inviting everybody in ISKCON to consider doing. Make a nice Krsna tract. Hare Krishna, glories to Prabhupada, and I hope to hear from all of you. Thank you much.